BTS Global News Today. Paris, October 2025. No one truly realized when the world of fashion began to change. There was no explosion, no siren, no official announcement. It happened quietly, almost like a breath too soft to catch. Yet now, anyone who walks past the billboards along Rue Saint-Honoré in Paris, strolls by luxury boutiques in New York, or simply opens a fashion magazine in Seoul cannot deny one simple truth. The axis of the fashion world has shifted, and that axis is Park Jimin. No one could have predicted that the man once known for his soft smile and captivating stage presence as part of BTS would now become the symbol of a new power in global fashion. Jimin isn't just the face of a brand. He is its pulse, its rhythm, its inspiration, the force that makes creative directors around the world rethink their next collections. When Jimin wears something, the world stops, said an editor from Vogue Korea with a tone of awe and disbelief. He doesn't just wear clothes, he brings them to life. The autumn of 2025 will forever be remembered in the fashion world. As Paris Fashion Week opened with the thunder of camera flashes and the sharp rhythm of heels on the runway, everyone waited for one man. He didn't arrive with an entourage or showy gestures. He came in silence. Jimin stepped out of a sleek black Dior car in front of Musée Rodin, the venue for the grand show. Dressed in a soft gray tailored suit that rested perfectly on his shoulders, a white satin shirt slightly unbuttoned, and flawless polished leather shoes, he didn't look like a K-pop star. He looked like a secret that had just been revealed. When Jimin entered the hall, every spotlight seemed to belong to him. Photographers stopped taking pictures of others. Every gaze turned in his direction. "There's something about the way he stands," said a fashion journalist from the New York Times. "There's no arrogance, but there's power, as if the fashion world just found its new center of gravity." Since becoming a global ambassador for Dior, Jimin has redefined not only style, but also how the world perceives beauty and masculinity. He breaks old boundaries, merging softness and strength in a single breath. In a world used to separating the feminine from the masculine, Jimin builds a bridge. He wears silk without hesitation, pairs diamonds with tailored coats, and speaks of beauty not as something to control, but something to feel. Jonathan Anderson of Loewe once said in an interview, "When I saw Jimin on stage, I saw the future of fashion. He's not just a representation of one country or culture. He's the embodiment of the purest human expression. He doesn't dress for the world tries to dress like him." Now, at the end of 2025, the sales figures of brands collaborating with Jimin have skyrocketed unexpectedly. The Dior collection promoted through Jimin's campaign sold out in less than 24 hours online. A limited edition bag seen briefly in a 6-second airport clip of Jimin sold out globally within 2 hours. The industry calls it the Jimin effect. But for those who know him closely, it's not just about items. It's about meaning. An industry insider revealed that young designers now use Jimin as their aesthetic benchmark. "If we used to ask, would this work on the runway? Now we ask, would Jimin wear it?" they said with a laugh. But behind that laughter lies an undeniable truth. Jimin has shifted the global fashion paradigm. Even among world icons like Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, and Harry Styles, Jimin stands with a distinct aura. He doesn't seek attention, yet it comes to him naturally. In every interview, he exudes calm humility. His voice is soft, his gaze steady, soothing everyone in the room. "I never tried to be a fashion icon," he said in an exclusive Elle France interview. "I just try to be honest with myself. I choose clothes that can speak without me having to say much." And perhaps that honesty is exactly what makes Jimin magnetic. He bridges music, art, and fashion, a silent thread weaving Seoul, Paris, and New York together. Many say his influence in fashion has gone beyond that of a brand ambassador. He's become part of the creative process itself. Rumors even suggest he's collaborating secretly with a major designer on a project said to change how we see clothing for the next decade. When that rumor spread, fans around the world reacted like a storm. The hashtag Jimin Fashion Revolution topped global trends within 2 hours. Harper's Bazaar released a special issue tracing Jimin's fashion evolution from debut to now, declaring that he is the manifestation of Korea's aesthetic evolution spreading across the world. But for Jimin himself, It seems to be about something bigger than fame. I don't want fashion to be something intimidating, he said in a video interview broadcast from Seoul. I want people to see that dressing up is about loving yourself, about expressing your feelings, even when the world doesn't understand. That statement silenced even the most hardened editors. In a world obsessed with illusion and image, Jimin brings rare sincerity. Maybe that's why he feels different. He's not a star trying to set trends. He's a human being turning honesty into fashion itself. In recent months, his involvement in the fashion world has deepened. He appeared on the cover of Vogue Italia's November issue themed, "The Future is Soft," wearing a monochrome ensemble that emphasized his graceful yet powerful form. The photo went viral, not just for its beauty, but for its message: softness is not the opposite of strength. In his own caption on Instagram, Jimin wrote, "Beauty is when you're no longer afraid to be yourself." Perhaps that is what shocked and moved the fashion world. That behind the flash of cameras and applause, there stands someone who has brought back the true meaning of beauty. In a private event in Seoul, young Korean designers shared how Jimin personally inspired them. "He came without any official schedule," one designer said. "He just sat in our studio, looking at fabrics, and said, 'Every color has emotion. Choose the one that makes you feel free.' After that, I changed my entire collection." Stories like these are everywhere. There are tales of Jimin requesting certain collections to be made more eco-friendly, and others saying he turned down a major campaign because it didn't align with his sustainability values. He isn't just the face of fashion, he's its conscience. Meanwhile, his digital influence is undeniable. Every time Jimin appears before a camera, social media trembles. A simple photo of him gazing out a Parisian window reached over 30 million likes in 12 hours, the highest ever for an Asian brand ambassador. Comments flooded with messages like, "He is the era itself," and "It's not Jimin following trends. Trends are born from him." And when news broke that Jimin was preparing a personal fashion project, an experimental collaboration still tightly guarded by HYB and his international team, the fashion world held its breath. No one knows exactly what it is: a clothing line, an art exhibition, or perhaps a documentary on self-expression through fashion. But one thing is certain: the world is waiting. While fans speculate about his cryptic posts, Jimin remains calm. At Incheon Airport a few days ago, he appeared in an all-black outfit with a loose gray scarf around his neck, looking like someone who just stepped out of a dream. There was not a single visible brand label, yet everyone knew it was Jimin, and that was enough. When asked by a reporter what he thought about being called the most influential figure in fashion, he only smiled. It was a soft, meaningful smile that made the entire room fall silent. "I just want to keep learning," he said quietly. "Fashion is a language without words. I'm just trying to speak honestly." Fashion critics now describe Jimin as a timeless icon, like David Bowie in the 70s or Prince in the 80s, the face of a generation that refuses to be boxed in. He rejects limits, labels, and outdated standards, dividing power from beauty. He walks a path entirely his own, and the world follows. An exclusive Business of Fashion report revealed that since Jimin became a central fashion figure, demand for Korean-inspired luxury fashion has surged by 230%. More than numbers, this reflects that Jimin's presence isn't a passing trend. It's a cultural wave still rising.